Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First, I want to say, Kol Halayim La, Alahaya Nawu, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bashem El Shai, the 144,000 elect men, the true prophets of the Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai, out here on the highways and byways as well as at home making video epistles throughout the week, risking their safety day in and day out for this truth, battling elements day in and day out for this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. Amen. So, my wife, she ultimately had a dream last night, or a vision last night, and yeah, man, it was about exactly what you see on the screen, man. So I'm just gonna ultimately go into it, man. She had a dream about, it was me and my wife and our kids, obviously, and we're in our apartment, and there was a whole bunch of, which there is, there's a whole bunch of Jakes that live in an area and stuff like that. Well, we're sitting out in the car, and there was a whole bunch of military personnel, or at least local police that were dressed in military uniform and stuff like that, man, all tactical and everything like that, like more than SWAT, and they were coming up to our door, and they're about to raid our door. We got the kids in there and stuff like that. We were just kicking it outside for a little bit. I'm assuming we were talking, and me and her look at each other and like, damn, they're really about to raid our apartment, and we get up, we get out, and they took our kids and put them in, a separate vehicle. They grabbed me and my wife, put us in a vehicle, and we were just sitting there. And then they took us to a what it looked like to be a FEMA camp. She said it was a camp. She didn't say FEMA, but she said it was a camp. And she said she was sad. She said she was depressed, and she tried to like walk outside, basically to go find the girls. We're still being in the camp. She basically, tried to walk outside the room or whatever like that, and she got outside, and she said it looked like a Walmart. It looked like a Walmart, and you had military personnel walking around, and the military dude that saw her, he said, "Hey, you can't come out here. You have to go back inside." And she was crying and saying, basically like, "What about my kids?" Stuff like that, and it's like, he said your kids are fine, but you can't have them. Like, you can't have them back. And she was like more depressed, this, that, and the third. And she doesn't know, what was happening to us inside the actual camp. She never saw that. But then what she did see is, the next scene of her basically walking out. She's out on the streets, and she said she felt like she was going home, but she didn't know to what home. She didn't know if it was like a regular home, or if it was a FEMA camp home, and I wasn't there. She doesn't necessarily know if I was in the FEMA camp still, or if I was at home. She didn't see me. She doesn't know, but she went to go look for the kids, and they still weren't there, man. They still had the kids. And she was depressed and everything like that. And as she's walking back, that's when she wakes up, man. And that's that was real. And she told me that as soon as she woke up, man. And I was like, wow, man. That's a vision, because that's what's gonna come to pass, man. That's gonna be martial law. Jacob's trouble. Now I want to go and grab a scripture real quick, and then I'm gonna grab that word, martial law. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 6. It says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into paleness, meaning this is going to be a time where even the greatest and strongest man, according to this world, is going to be, in travail, man. He's going to be in screaming like a little, as a biznatch, he's going to be, he's going to be afraid, man. This is the time that we're coming into, man. We're men, even men, what this world classifies as men, these worldly men, hey, they're going to be afraid, man. And you're going to have times where, you're going to have even men crying because their kids are getting taken away, or, you know what I mean? They're getting forced into, or their dog gets shot in front of them, or, whatever happens, man. There's going to be a time of great trouble, man. Great trouble. And this is the time that we're coming into, Verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. This is going to be like a time that we've never ever experienced before, even in our past lives, man. For those that can receive reincarnation, hey, we've never gone through this, man. As a nation, we've gone through famines, we've gone through, being sieged by the Romans and so on and so, back in 70 AD, and we've gone through a lot of things within our past lives that we read about in the scriptures, man. We read about all these things that we have gone through, but it's going to be like nothing that we're gonna go through in this life, man. And you best believe it's going to happen in this life. We're not going to have to wait another 5-10 years or another 2 generations for this time to come, man. We see the signs. We see the uproars of the people. We see the earthquakes, the pestilence, the famines, that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai talked about. And he said in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, it said, when thou seest a part of these signs pass, then shalt thou know that there's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're in that time, man. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. We're in the time of martial law, and we know that, Esau Edom likes to, gradually build up to these things, man. So we're in the time of seeing that gradualism being in play right now, man. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, meaning the elect, man. But still, nonetheless, this time is coming, man. And again, it's going to be a time of military presence, man. When she talked about one of these films, and we've been talking about this stuff for years, man. We know that these Walmarts are being shut down across the country and turned into these FEMA camps, man. You got over in Australia, they already have these FEMA camps, and you got what they call whistleblowers, going and trying to find these camps in the middle of nowhere, and you see that they got military presence. You see they got electric fences and stuff like that. Hey, this is what's coming to America, man. This is coming to a neighborhood near you, man. And there's no way you're going to be able to escape that, man. Let me grab that word martial law. Because martial law ultimately goes into, like a warlike presence, man. It's like you go into that word martial, it says warlike or pertaining to war. Now you go down where it says court martial, you go down 2 lines, it says related, martial law, military rule over civilians, man. And this is what we're coming to, man. Eventually the elites, because of the upwards of the people, because of, this information going out, which is, destroying their enterprise, you got the prophets out here speaking the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, tearing down this place, man. Like it says, the word is, what does it say, roughly paraphrasing, it brings down strongholds, man, This is what this word is doing. It's tearing down America, man. It's tearing down the agenda, or it's breaking down the agenda of Esau Edom, revealing who this damn devil is and revealing his agenda, and ultimately warning the people, okay, hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai about to destroy this place, man. And because of that, hey, they're trying to shut down, the internet. They're trying to shut down these social media sites and so on and so forth, And because this word is not stopping, hey, they're eventually going to have to use military force, man. You know, there's many different reasons why they're going to have to use military force, but nonetheless, this is what we're looking at, man. This is the time that is to come, you know. And I'm going to grab one more scripture, man, and we'll get out of here. I don't want to make this too long, man. You know, I just want to hit the point, letting you know that Jacob's trouble is right around the corner, man. That martial law, you know, that's coming to America is going to happen here soon, man. You know, and it's not about if it's going to happen. It's about when it's going to happen, man. You know, people are asleep. People are blind, man, to what's going to happen here in America, man. You know, but you can see the signs. You can see that the military presence, just like over in Australia, is going to take place, man. Or over in Austria, you know, where they had the local police and stuff like that go around and make sure everybody's in line, make sure everybody has taken that jab. And that's going to transfer to making sure everybody's got that that RFID chip, man, that Charagma, you know, the Revelation 13 and 16, you know. But before they start, you know, making sure everybody's got it, they got to force everybody to get it, you know. You know, this is what's coming, man. You know, Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, and I think it's the 17th verse. You know, just to hit the point straight up, it says, Second Esdras 15 and 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Why? Because they're going to use military presence, man. They're going to lock America down here soon. And you're going to start seeing, because the last lockdown, what they do, you know, they were sly about it, man. You still had people going out there and recording shit, you know, because the Spirit of the Lord had them reveal this information. And then you had the prophets bring it out even more, man. You know, that they were, during that first lockdown in 2020, what was happening? They were shifting, you know, and strategically placing military vehicles and these FEMA coffins and so on and so forth, man. You had and setting up and tearing down certain Walmarts and setting them up to be FEMA camps, man. In this time, when this place locks down the second time, hey, no, man, it's going to be, military presence is going to take place, man. It's going to be a harsher lockdown than the first one, man. This is what's coming. You people need to prepare for what is to come. The prophets have been telling you, this is going to come, and you know, in my spirit, I believe it's coming within the next, you know, couple months, man. If not, the next 2 months. As soon as we hit into 2022, you know, shit might be popping off left and right faster than we've ever seen it, man. You know, why? Because you already got shortage of food already starting to take place. There's no food coming in. You got a shortage of gas now, you know. You got inflation, you know, and people are going to start, you know, heavily rioting, man, heavily, you know, saying, fuck it, we're going to go and take this shit, man, you know. People are not making as much money as before, even though the fucking retarded ass president said that their people are, you know. Hey, so shit is about to take place, man, you know, and the prophets are out here on the highways and byways, you know, as well as at home, making these video epistles, you know, blowing these things up, man, saying, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is what's happening. We're the watchmen. We're the true news reporters, man, you know. And Esau Edom wants everybody to watch his news, which is full of lies and deceit, man. And really less people are starting to watch it, man. And more people are starting to take heed to what the prophets are saying, man, you know. And realizing and finding out that, hey, what we're speaking is truth. You know why? Because we're coming out the scriptures, man. You know? So therefore, Esau Edom is going to have to bring in his military presence, man. And it's going to be real fucking bad, man. You know? And for those, you know, that are in this truth, and yes, some of us are going to have to be thrown into these camps, man. You know? Some of us are going to have to be thrown into these camps, man. But, hey, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai said what? In 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, he said that he gave us not the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind, man, you know. And the only way that we can have a sound mind is if we take heed to these scriptures, man. Because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, said, matter of fact, let me grab this scripture real quick, and then I'll grab the next scripture. This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because when we get thrown into these FEMA camps, hey, we're going to have to suffer, man. We're going to have to go through getting beat. We're going to have to go through getting our children taken away from us, man. We're going to have to go through all different kinds of punishment, persecution, you know. But this is part of, you enduring, man. When you endure, matter of fact, let me grab that word, man, because scriptures tell us that he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, man. And I want to go into that word endure. It says right there to undergo or suffer, man. So we're gonna have to suffer. When you endure, you have to go through the sufferings, man. Let me or it says right here to put up with something or somebody unpleasant, man. In the times that we're going to come into, they're going to be unpleasant, man. They're not going to be something that we want to go into, but we're going to have to suffer, man. That's why it says fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Why? Because there's going to be a great reward, for suffering for the name of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, man. Meaning we have to endure that, man. We have to go through these things, man. It says, behold, the devil, meaning Esau, Edom, shall cast some of you into prison, man. It says some of you, man. So not everybody is going to go through being cast into these prisons, man. As far as those that are in the faith, not everyone that's in this truth is going to have to be thrown into camp. But if it's part of your lot, hey, you have to meditate on these things, man. Even if it's not, you still have to meditate on these things, so that way when time comes, you're prepared, spiritually, man. You got to, man. You got to. It says that ye may be tried, because again, this is going to be the hour of temptation, man. As coined by, our beloved John the Revelator, man. Our beloved Apostle John the Revelator, man. Because he seen this time coming, man. He's seen what is to come, And when we read, what he said about this time, we know, as it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the 10th verse, that it's going to be a time of great trial, great testing, man. That last trial, that last test that we're going to have to go through before, Lord willing, we can make it into the kingdom, man. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which the number 10 goes into, the number of completion, just like 4 and 7, right? So it could be a month, it could be even 2 hours, man. It could be 2 days, it could be actually 10 days, However long it is, we know that we're gonna have to go through it, And we're, that's why it says endure hardness as good soldiers, man. When you're a soldier, you're if you get caught by the enemy, you're not gonna squeal, man. No matter what happens to you, you're not gonna squeal, man. So that's what we have to do, man. We have to endure hardness, endure suffering as a good soldier of the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai, man. Because this is what it's gonna come to, man. It says, and ye shall be tried, ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, right? Meaning what, man? Not squealing, man, not giving in, Be faithful to Yahweh Bashim El Shai, and if that means dying for him, then, so be it, man, But again, this is the time that we're coming into, man, And going back to 2 Timothy 1:7, where it says, be ye not afraid, or he gave us not the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind. And that sound mind, again, when we're coming into these times, when shit really starts to pop off, the only way that we can have a sound mind is by taking heed to these scriptures now, because it tells you in Isaiah 33 and verse 6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right, man? So you getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding now, you getting the proper breakdowns, you getting the warning, of what is to come, and meditating on what is to come, if it may be part of your lot to go into these FEMA camps, you meditating on that is what's going to help get you through these times, man, because you're going to understand and know, you're going to think about the worst things that can happen, and picture yourself in them. So when the time comes, you're like, all right, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to come. I'm ready to go through it. I know what kind of pain is going to come with it. I know what kind of, and that goes with counting the cost, man, because you coming into this truth, you best believe that these damn devils, they got your number, man. And you very well likely, or they're very likely to come and try to come after you, man, Now, we don't know if it's part of our lot to ultimately go through it or not, but hey, nonetheless, we should all be meditating on this stuff, man, because just in case it is part of our lot, hey, we can sit there and go through this knowing, knowing what's coming and knowing that we have a greater reward on the other side, man. You know, because that being persecuted for Yahweh Shem Yahshua's sake is a very high honor, man. And on top of that, it gives you a greater reward, man. You know. But hey, man, this is what's coming, man. You got to prepare, man. Prepare, man. Prepare yourselves, man. Spiritually, mentally, physically, prepare yourself, man, because this is right around the corner, man. But that's all I really wanted to get, man. Lord will it is edifying. Lord will, it's faith building. Lord will, it's it spiritually, get you more prepared, man. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Rakak Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule very well, very beautifully. I want to say Kwame Asherwala and above all, Shalom.